it's Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, where we carry the largest selection of wood flowers in the United States. Welcome back to another tutorial. This is a deep dive on a particular wood flower. I haven't decided which one as I'm filming this intro, because first we've got to pick our color story. I have 5 new flowers that we're going to feature in the next couple of weeks. And we got to get a color story going so that we can make something at the end of it. And so I'm going to use, behind that little bunny, I don't know if you can see it in there, there's 2 color cube boxes. Let's get those down and then I'll tell you about them if you haven't seen these before. My kids left trolls and little bunnies all over my studio around springtime. And I haven't taken them down. I keep finding them. There's one up there I never saw before. I keep finding them all over the place. Okay, let me grab these, put the bunny back. Perfecto. Okay, color cubes. These, oh gosh. See if I have the brand name from these. Yeah, it's, if you just, let's see here. Sarah Renee Clark. So Sarah Renee Clark, if you look up at just Google color cubes, you'll find these. They're amazing. We've done one other project with them and it's basically just hundreds of different color combinations. What's really cool about these is it also gives you the name of the colors as well as those like technical coding number things. You know what I mean. I'm not a graphic designer. I don't know all the words. But anyway, what we're gonna do with these, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to mix up the cubes first. Oh, that was a fun one. Hold on. Oh man, I wish I would have pulled that. That's a fun color story. I love too that they have like a picture. It's so much like a Pinterest. It's a physical Pinterest pin basically. So we're going to grab, I have 2 volumes. They have 2 volumes of these. I'm gonna grab both of them. I'm gonna mix them up while my eyes are closed and we'll pick a box. And then from that, then we will pick a color combination. So I'm doing this while filming. I don't know where what is anymore. We're just, and I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing, but I promise I'm mixing things around and around till I don't know. And I'm gonna stop with this one. All right, here is our box. It's box 1. Okay. So from box 1 now, we have hundreds, I think in each box. What is this number? Yeah, 250. So I have like 500 different color combinations to pick from. The only thing is, I'm debating, do I get these? They're like numbered in order. Oh, number 1 is so pretty. Debating if I actually mix these up. Does it really matter? It probably doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna mix these all up. Might as well. So I'm just gonna start doing groups of big batches first, and then we'll go into smaller batches. So we're just kind of moving stuff around, shuffling like you would cards, but not really because these are really thick. But we're gonna mess it all up. Why not? That's what I do with everything in my life. We just get a little messy. Let's see what happens. I'm almost kind of wondering if I should just grab the first one on the top after I'm done mixing these up. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna grab, last time we grabbed like 3. I'm gonna grab 1. I'll do the same thing. Because sometimes there's like black and white ones. I mean, that would really challenge me, but I don't feel like dyeing a whole bunch of flowers the same color story is gonna be all that fun. But it would be, oh my gosh. I just had an idea. I might do something for Halloween this year with an all black and white and even the greenery. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a gray sepia toned bouquet. And then you dress up like a comic book character and then hold the black and white like newspaper style, and then maybe have just one solid rose to be like, do you remember those photos? I'm not looking at these yet. Do you remember those photos that, okay, this is gonna age me because these were really popular when I was, oh, that one's a pretty one, right before, like right around when I was graduating high school. It would be all black and white, but you'd have like one red flower in the picture. I wonder if we could do a bouquet like that. That would be really fun. Okay, ready to see the color combinations we picked? Okay, well, I think I already know which one I want to, yeah, I think I already know which one I want to do because of the time that we're in. So here are the three. And then they give you all of those different shade ranges. Oh, this is a very like cute, more fall kind of vibed one. This one's interesting. Oh, I think, did we have this one last time? I don't know if we had this one last time. So it's between these two, but I think because we're in summer, I think we're gonna do this color story. Yeah, I think so. So, but the thing is, I normally, when there's green involved, I normally don't paint any flowers green. I might grab some from the stash that I already have, but I usually focus on the green as the greenery that's in the arrangement when there's green there. Like, and similar with this one, I probably wouldn't have used the black on the top. I would have just used some of the other color combinations. I'm still kind of debating though, because this light pink, the raspberry, oh, this could be, that could turn into a summer one too. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go pop these up on Instagram. I'm gonna take a vote which color story we should do, and I will be back with the winning color combination as well as the first flower that we're going to deep dive on today. So meet me right back, okay? I'll be gone for a little while, but on this video, 2 seconds. I'll be 2 seconds. All right, lovelies, I'm back with the winning card. Y'all voted. And this is the one we're going with. And I am going to pull different dies that we carry at ohyourlovely.com for these, because we have all of the colors. So again, with this one, I'm not gonna do the greens because those are going to be with the filler and the greenery. So we're gonna focus just on this turquoise, purple, and magenta. They call it magenta, ultraviolet, and turquoise. So to do that, I have flamingo, I have turquoise, and then to make the purple, I'm taking violet and just a little bit of night sky. We're gonna mix those together, put a little bit of glycerin into each one of them, mix them all up, and you will have your lovely color mixtures. So let's get those all set up, and then we will talk about the flower that we're gonna work with today. While we're working on getting these flowers dies ready to go, let me remind you, ohyourlovely.com, we carry 150 different style wood flowers, craft supplies, and greenery. And if you'd like, we do have a lovely coupon code you can use on one regular priced order. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off one regular priced order. If you're loving these videos, can't get enough, want to know the next time we post a video, which is once a week typically, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. All right, let's get into it. I've got all of my die ready to go. Let's see how they all turned out. The lovely flower we're gonna be working with today is the Duchess Peony. Now this particular peony comes in 3 different sizes. Now this is our peonies only were available as a luxe option, which is slightly different than many of our other options and has a little bit of a higher price point. So we were so excited when we were able to get a peony for you guys that was just a little bit lower in that price point. So 3 lovely different sizes of this Duchess Peony. It's also really nice because sometimes, as you know, when it comes to flowers that have these like curled in edges, it's more so when they curl outward than inward, but every once in a while they'll open up. These open up slightly, but they hold their shape pretty dang well. So I'm not gonna use any kind of Mod Podge spray or anything like that. We will play around with just doing some hand painting and dip dyeing so you can see what those all look like. I've already got paint all over my hands, so sorry about that. So let's bring the camera on down and we'll get our hands even more dirty. Now I did want to show you when it came to the purple in particular, I did do a tester, and both times I did have added the navy blue to darken up that purple. However, the first round, it's a very pretty purple, but to match it to our color card, whoop, there we are. This is a lot lighter than what the color card is showing. So then what I did was I added even more navy blue into that, and there we go. And I think on camera, this is looking a lot darker, but in person, it is very close to what the card looks like. So that was a success, playing around with a little bit of paint. It's amazing what you can create. So now let's just dip dye one of each of these so you can see what they look like. And I'm gonna go with the smallest size first. Now I like to dry my flowers on egg carton, little cardboard egg cartons. You can use whatever you'd like, puppy pads, cookie racks, some sort of paper. The world is your oyster when it comes to that. So for dip dyeing, it's just exactly what it sounds like. Now, all of these do have a little bit of glycerin into them. A little bit of glycerin goes a long way. First one down. I do, if you want to just be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Conservative, maybe? A little cautious. You can dry these upside down to help keep the shape. So I'll do one upside down, and then once they're fully dry, I will show you what they look like as far as upside down versus, so there's the one upside down versus opened. So I'm going to grab another one and I'm just gonna pop it in, and we'll dye it and dry it in this direction, okay? So upside down versus right side up. And we'll do that for all of the colors. So purple's done. Now the pink, I purposely wanted it to be a little bit softer and not as, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? As, like, I didn't want it to, I wanted it to be a little translucent and not overly opaque. I wanted a little bit of the kind of cream kind of to show through. And I think it's gonna be perfect for what I want. So I'm gonna put that there. And then again, we'll do one upside down. And I kind of feel like this one should be upside down the way that it's already starting to act. So let's, whoops, don't get the paint on other flowers. So I'm going to kind of curl this in myself. And upside down. And then this one, I sometimes can tell from like how the petals are shaped if they're gonna hold their shape a little bit better. So then here, there we go. Upside down, right side up. And the last color. I didn't mix that well enough beforehand. We'll go that way. Let me show you upside down. I'm gonna kind of open that up a little bit and then bring that over and right side up. So we'll let those dry and see how they're looking in just a few minutes. And in the meantime, let's play a little bit more. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my pink And I'm gonna put it just at the bottom edges of the outside of the petals, not on the inside, for the moment at least. And this one kind of dripped down, that's fine. Now I'm gonna take a spray bottle with just water in it. It doesn't have any glycerin. And I'm going to dilute this. I'm going to put more, right, a wet on wet sort of technique. Now I do have blue on my hands. I don't know if that's going to transfer over. No, it doesn't look like it, so that's good. And now with my finger, kind of dusting that on. And I'm then spreading the paint ever so slightly onto the other petals. I'm actually going to get my paint on my finger. Because there's a little bit, if you can see on there, there's like these little ridges. And so I'm just going to add some paint on there. And I'm also going to, with my finger, just kind of at the edges, bring that paint around. There we go. The only thing I don't want a really harsh line of dark to light, so I'm gonna blend that in a little bit more. There we go. Now we're gonna do the opposite with this next one, but before I do that, I wanna open it up. So I'm gonna take one of these and I'm gonna spray some water on it. By doing that, the water is basically going to make these petals a little bit softer to open up, because otherwise sometimes what'll happen is they'll crack a little bit. Okay. And I mean, that's just lovely all by itself. Now I do have one petal that has a rip or tear in it, and that's okay. Flowers have, like, their petals sometimes crack, it happens. So this is the largest of the Duchess Peonies, and when it's opened up, my goodness, right? Could you just see like just a little yellow in the center? And then you have this beautiful cream flower. Now I do have some already kind of residual paint from my fingers, which is okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go inside each of those petals at the base as much as we can that we've opened up. And we're gonna slide some paint in there. I'm only gonna do the outer petals, not the inner ones, at least this time. Okay. And then same thing, we're gonna take our little water bottle. We're gonna kind of reactivate the paint a little bit. Diffuse it. I like to tip it, but you could also let it sit like this. I just like to kind of let the excess kind of come up. I'll also kind of go in there a little bit, scrub a little bit with my finger if I feel like there's a decent like separation of the color changes. But there we go. There's another just little peek. Let's do another one like that, but we'll do it purple and we'll do the inside as well as the outer petals. I'm gonna kind of let it sit right now. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of water kind of playing around in there. I'm not gonna tip it yet. Soon we're gonna tip it, but I kind of want to see what happens as it kind of swirls around on some of those petals. All right, so let's take one of the smaller ones. Okay, and I think This is what we're gonna do. Just gonna go straight at the top. And where that line is created, we're gonna soften that. I'm gonna grab some paint off my table because there's a little bit that's spilt. All right, so I'm just kissing the tops of the petals. However, I sprayed that down with water. So now what it's doing is kind of giving like a watercolor technique. It's just following the water line that it already has, and it's diffusing onto the other part of the petal. And we can add more color along the way if we want. Or if it's not really dripping anymore, we can add a little bit more water to diffuse it some more. And I'm going to kind of, with my hand, smooth that inward and dry it that way. This is where we're at right now for flowers. Whoops. All of them kind of drying right now. Okay, let's see. I think the easiest way to do this is to, well, you know what? Let's make it hard on me, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it closed instead of opening it. I feel like opening it would actually be easier to do this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of dip this into thirds a little bit. It's very cool. And the only thing is we've got a little bit of pink right over here. That's, you know, it's cream there. So let's just update that a little bit. And there you go. And then in the inside, same thing. We've got the inside is peeking through. I'm just going to go in with a couple of the different colors and do my best to get those. Well, that's fun. I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna start with the dark purple this time because I feel like I had too much of that dark purple. And I'm gonna just kind of blend it in a little bit with my fingers. Now this one did straighten up a little bit more. We lost some of the curl. So it happens. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one it's gonna do that for. But I feel like with the Dutch peony, the Duchess Peony, Peony Duchess, the Duchess Peony, that she's so pretty, way opened up too, that I don't mind. Okay, look at that one. Oh, that's so pretty too. I want a couple of those like big open ones. So I'm just gonna do some dip dyeing because this pink color, I can't get enough of it. And I love seeing it nice and open. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of some of the peonies in my own garden. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I have just a few more to play with. I think because we've got both sizes of the two-toned or three-toned flower, I think we've got to do a tiny one too. All right, and then just to finish these off, we'll just do some more dip dyeing real fast. These, I think we're gonna open up a little bit and really let them shine as these big, overly opened flowers. You know, those flowers that are a day or two, they'll no longer be falling apart completely, but There's something magical about them. Yeah, those kind. We're gonna do that. And we need a purple one. Oh, it's so pretty. That's such a pretty mess. It's a beautiful mess. Love it. I'm gonna mess one too. When you're dip dyeing, if you want them to open up, you can do that while dip dyeing it. You don't have to spray them down with water first. I usually really only do that if I'm using a paintbrush and doing some scrubbing and things like that to get down into the base. Otherwise, you can manipulate the flower pretty well when it's wet from the paint. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys. Oh, it turned out so cute. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, this is a mix if I've ever seen one. Again, we took this flower right here and created all of these lovelies. Oh, I love it so much. Have you played with the Duchess Peony? If not, today would be a great day to grab some over at ohyourlovely.com. You can get 30% off one regular priced order when using the code YouTube30. Get 30% off one regular priced order. You can include the Duchess Peony if she's not on sale at the time that you're checking out the site, or any of our other 150 style wood flowers, craft supplies, or greenery, as long as they are regular priced. Again, too, if you love this channel, can't get enough, want to know the next time we post a video, which is typically once a week, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. I will be back next week with another deep dive of another flower. We're going to continue with this color story. Fingers crossed I have enough paint to make it through. We'll see. That's another one of those questions we get asked pretty often as far as how much paint will dye so many flowers. So we'll find out. I'll keep them all around and we'll count how many flowers we have. Oh, the other thing I wanted to note about the upside down versus like right side up for drying the flowers, here's the difference. So this did keep everything closed, but we lost that kind of curled in shape. It's a little bit more kind of like a bud that's about to open up, whereas the drying them upright opens them up a little bit. So there you go with that experiment. I don't know, which one is your favorite that we did? I'm kind of loving these. Kind of loving these. I think we're gonna play with a couple different color combinations at a later date of these like kind of blending into each other. So much fun. All right, you guys, I will see you for another tutorial. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely. You, my friends, absolutely lovely. Bye, guys.